Hi,
Okay, the
I'm
intro
Dave,
just started.
the host and co-creator of Dopey, the amazing podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. Everyone has been saying I should start making YouTube videos, so I figured we'd start with
Not in this
something I
one.
know
Not
nothing
in
about,
Daily Reflection.
the Daily Reflections.
let's
I
do
have
that
no
one.
idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I know it's gonna be great. Trust me.
Okay, it's going to show you the date. December 8th, and you are on.
Good morning, Dopey. That's good stuff. And welcome to Good Morning Dopey. My name is Dave, host of Dopey, which is a podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. But this is not Dopey. This is Good Morning Dopey, where we take a deep, yet still pretty shallow dive into the book of Daily Reflections, which is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. And you do not need to be an AA member to enjoy this book or Good Morning Dopey or our understanding, because Good Morning Dopey does not speak for the Daily Reflections, nor Alcoholics Anonymous, nor God, nor anything. It's just me reading the book, trying to make sense of the book, because the book is supposed to be a good tool to help people to stay sober or to live nice lives. I am a drug addict. I want to have a nice life. I never used the book, and we're making some videos to try to use the book and make sense of it. Today is December 8th, and December 8th is service. And also, like the video, do all that stuff, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. It's nice when people like it. Makes me happy. When I read comments, it makes me, I'm what is it? The cockles. I'm happy in my cockles of my heart. What is the expression?
Cuckold?
No, not cuckold. Cockles.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever been, this is Howie. Howie, have you ever been involved in any cuckolding scenario?
Yes, yesterday.
No, you did not.
Oh.
Did you ever?
No.
What do you think about that?
An animal?
What are your thoughts? Do you think that people that engage in cuckolding are animals?
I don't care what anybody does.
Does that concept interest you in any sort of capacity?
No.
It's gross, right?
A little
It's
bit.
hard to swallow.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Literally. That's what she said.
But like it does. I mean, why? And just quickly before we get into today's topic is service.
Right.
But before we get into service, I'm just curious. Cuckolding, right?
Yeah.
Is when a guy or a woman watches their partner fuck somebody else. Mm-hmm. So what is potentially the draw in the cuckolding scenario, Howie?
For me?
No, you just said you don't like cuckolding.
Right.
Well, okay, yeah, for you. So maybe you do like it. Were you
No,
just
there's nothing. There's no draw for
So
me.
what would you imagine the draw of the cuckold would be?
Something about some kind of power dynamic, some kind of...
I heard somebody on Stern the other day, and they're involved in this sort of cuckolding, and I don't buy it, but what they said was that they get off because they allow their woman to fuck somebody else. Is that, I mean, like
he's giving permission.
Yes, but that just seems
power.
like a stretch. I think that's a stretch. What do you think?
That's what she said.
What do you mean? That's a stretch?
Right. I mean, anytime you go there, I'm going to go there. All right, let's do the show.
No. You didn't answer the question.
We're not done yet? I did. I just said power dynamic.
That's not an answer.
You asked me why, and I said I think it's because of a power dynamic.
But do you think that somebody that gives their partner permission to have sex, where's really the power dynamic there?
Because you're controlling them.
But it's such a fucking bullshit fantasy.
Yes, I agree. I think it's. I don't see it. I don't get it.
Because you can't control their experience. You can decide that you're not going to leave them for having sex with somebody else.
Right.
But you can't control that
But
they're
the
not
other
going to
part
like
of it, it's not just giving someone permission. The other part is you're watching.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not just like you're allowed to do this, which is, that would be dominant, but then the act of watching would be submissive. So there's something very interesting going on.
So what's the dominant act?
The mother.
What's the dominant part?
Permission.
Where's the mother in this? What'd you say?
Oh, it's always about the mother, of course.
Okay, so what's the dominant part?
Giving someone permission is dominance.
But you're actually being submissive because you're
being
not
submissive because you're not participating. You're watching.
Right.
And it's embarrassing.
You're being humiliated.
You're being humiliated. That's what I mean. Yeah. It's very interesting. Is there a whole psychological thing, which
has nothing to do
which
with
brings us to December 8th.
Service. All right. Forgive me. Anybody, I apologize if you don't, and you're not interested in Howie's take on cuckolding or mine. And lots of weird shit turns me on, but the idea of cuckolding doesn't. Anyway, life will take on new meaning. To watch people recover, to see them help others. That's interesting because it's kind of like cuckolding. Listen to this with the cuckolding filter. You ready? Life will take on new meaning. To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow up about you, to have a host of friends. This is an experience you must not miss. Frequent contact with newcomers. You see the cuckolding aspect here? And with each other is the bright spot of our lives. Now I'm going to remove the cuckolding filter from this thing really fast. See, I just ruined this whole thing by turning it from recovery and service to cuckolding. But let's get into service and recovery, the actual thing. This whole thing, right? To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish is a real thing. It's happened to me. I get to see it in others. It is amazing. It is through service that the greatest rewards are to be found, but to be in a position of offering true, useful, and effective service to others, I must first work on myself. This means that I have to abandon myself to God, admitting my faults, and clearing away the wreckage of my past. Work on myself has taught me how to find the necessary peace and serenity to successfully merge inspiration and experience. I have learned how to be, in the truest sense, an open channel of sobriety. Now, what this reminds me of is like how on a plane, you're not supposed to give your kids air until you get air. So it's like you need to fucking work on yourself in order to help people. However, even if you're not fucking compos mentis and you're not the most sober person in the universe or the most recovered, there's still service work that you can do which can help somebody and help you. Making coffee at a meeting, greeting people, being kind to somebody, giving a phone call, looking after somebody. All of these things are good things for someone else that will make you feel good. Cuckolding will probably make someone feel good. I have to apologize from the bottom of my heart to mix cuckolding and service, although in some sickos' mind, service is probably part of cuckolding. But we're going to skip all that. I hope your day is happy, joyous, and free. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris.